This JTS Mortgage Minute is brought to you by JTS & Company Mortgage Professionals.
Welcome back, everyone. Jeff Farnham joins us now with the JTS Mortgage Minute. Jeff, good to see you.
Good to see you, Bill. Yeah.
This is a good time for first-time home buyers to purchase a home, but a lot of people think and believe that they can't qualify for a mortgage because of a low credit score. Why is that a problem?
Well, credit scores really drive in the mortgage industry and in cars and the lending industry as a whole. Credit scores determine your eligibility, and they create these different tiers and graphs that you fall within in different planes. So people get a little timid about what their credit score is. Really the biggest thing we found is taking that first step is the hardest step for people to take, and finding out where you're at. People think, oh, I've got a low credit score, I can't overcome that. But overcoming a low credit score is not as hard as people think, and can be done very easily, and move you. You might not be ready today, but maybe in 60, 90, or even 6 months, you can really move forward in a pretty easily way if you do the things we instruct you to do.
And some of our viewers have a credit score of, say, below 640. What do they need to do?
Well, 640 ideal is kind of one of those arbitrary cutoff numbers. Ideally, if you're above 640, the underwriting process is a lot easier. If you're below that, there's probably just a few things, depending on how far below you are. If you're, let's say you're a 635, you can probably do some things really in short order to get your credit score up very quickly. If you're in the 580s or in 590s, depending on what's in there, it's going to take you a little longer to work through that credit score and to drive that up. But again, it's not that hard of a process if you're armed with the right information.
A lot of people continue renting just because they believe they can't bring their score up.
Yeah, absolutely. In today, where interest rates are, a house payment on an average loan size is going to be comparable to what you're paying in rent. And some cases, it's actually going to be a little cheaper than what you're paying in your rent payment. So the ability to own a home and pay yourself versus paying into somebody else's property is really something we all aspire to. We all want the dream of home ownership and want to try to get there. So, some of the things that are happening in underwriting today, it's getting a little bit easier. We're seeing some things that are going to lessen up come June. There's going to be some changes in the way credit scores are derived that's going to make it a little easier. So you might have a low credit score today, but after June you might see a little bit higher because of the way they're changing that. And we're also seeing some changes in the guidelines as far as relative to student loans. Fannie Mae just made some announcements on how they're calculating student loans and the debt ratio. We anticipate some of the other agencies are going to come around and do the same thing. So that's again going to make it a little bit easier to qualify.
Great information as usual. And of course, if you missed last week's program, you can always go to their website or text them. For pre-qualify, you can text them at JTS at 48421 or give them a call at 329-9090. Jeff, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, Bill. Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break. Come back with more in just a moment.